Hi, welcome to the April edition of the Mathnasium Monthly Movie. We got a bunch going on here, so I'm going to talk really fast. Ready, go. Student of the Month, proud to announce Ishel Mosen. Yay, Ishel. Her name came up a bunch of times the last few months, so this was Ishel's month. Her name's come up a few times, I think, estimating jar or the raffle or something, I remember. So she's extra lucky, but she's a great student. Some comments that I got from instructors. She stays on task every session, never a problem, great behavior, always interested in learning. So again, you got to be motivated, you got to be engaged, not just writing the worksheets down and being dull like that. So you got to get your brain involved in it. So good job, Ishel. You get your certificate up in the window. You get your certificate and 25 punch cards for home. And of course, the ever popular Mathnasium Student of the Month yard sign to display proudly for all your neighbors to see and for your parents to post on social media. Cool. So good job, Ishel. What's next? Estimating jar. We did Easter treats, and I did the warning last month, but I'm just going to give the warning again this month. These aren't all edible.
Just the jelly beans.
There's some jelly beans in there, little ones, like Jelly Bellies. Those are edible. But the other things that look like jelly beans, that look like shiny glass, that's shiny glass. So don't eat that. And the big puffy looking eggs that are all sparkly, don't eat those. The things that look like feathers, don't eat feathers. The things that look like fuzzy little chicks, don't eat the fuzzy little chicks either. So I already know who won this. I'm just gonna give you the data, and then I'm gonna show you the winner because the data looks pretty good. The average was 354 for everybody, and the actual value was 393, so really close. Nice cluster here, and everybody kind of in there. A lot of small values for some reason. So going through the numbers, right off the bat, Ziva Modi, she got really close, 395. She was only 2 away over the actual value of 393, but I kept looking. And Layla Mani, 392. She was off by 1. That's pretty good. So Layla, you're the big winner of the Easter treats estimating jar. Good job. Yay. Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer. A lot of guesses this month. A lot of data. Okay, we're gonna do fun stuff. So actually, I'm gonna kind of go a little bit out of order because one of the fun things that we did this last month of March was Pi Day, and I hope you all joined us for our Pi Day party. That was great fun. We had pizza and ice cream, and we all learned about pi. And Jennifer and I feel strongly that people should know not just that pi is this interesting number that goes on forever and blah, 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 but what does it actually mean, and how is it useful, and where does it come from, and things like that. So let's do number of the month first, and then we'll do the rest of the fun stuff coming up. So the number of the month is pi. And it's funny symbol, it's Greek, it's a Greek thing, but it's P-I is how it's actually spelled, but we pronounce it pi, so I like to spell it with E, why not? And it's hard to write down. It's not a simple kind of number that we can just write the value of, and that's gonna be the last page, I'll talk about that, but it's just a number. It's a little bit bigger than 3. So people think it goes on forever, therefore it's like infinity kind of a number, but it's not. It's just it's a little bit bigger than 3 on the number line. It's right there. A little bit more than 3, about a 1/7 of the way between 3 and 4. So what's the deal with pi? Here's the deal with pi. If you take a circle and you measure it all the way around and you divide that by all the way across, you'll always get pi. Whatever that number is, no matter what the circle is, no matter how big, it has to be a circle, and you have to go all the way around and all the way across, you're gonna get pi. The ratio will always be the same, it'll be pi. The distance across we call it diameter, the distance around we call it circumference, but it's across and around is just fine. And again, it doesn't matter how big the circle was. I think it was, who's that Greek that figured out how big the earth was? Archimedes? One of those guys. Anyway, he measured how far around the surface of the earth it was between two cities, and figured out how much of the circle that was, and figured out how big the earth was. So, and then could figure out what pi was. So good job for him. Those Greeks. Fun fact, so you don't just use pi to calculate the distance around given the distance across, or vice versa. If the distance across goes up by a foot, then the distance around goes up by pi feet. Doesn't matter how big the circle, if it increases by a foot across, the distance around increases by pi feet in total distance. So even if you have something like the earth, and you wrapped a string all the way around the earth nice and tight, and then you said, hey, I want this to be maybe like half a foot above the earth all the way around, and that gives you a whole foot because it's on both sides. So you're gonna slacken the string so that it's loose all the way around the earth. You only need pi more feet. It's amazing. So that's a fun fact. And then let's just talk really quick. What's the deal with it going on forever? The going on forever is just the fact that we don't have a convenient way to write it. There's no way that we can write it as a decimal that stops, or a decimal that repeats in a way that we can write down conveniently. We can't write it as a ratio of two numbers like a fraction. And in fact, that's what irrational means. It just means you can't write it as a ratio. So turns out almost all the numbers, literally almost all the numbers, are irrational. If you take a number line and you throw a dart, you're gonna hit an irrational number. Your chances are of actually hitting 0.10000 are 0. So irrational numbers are all around us. Pi is the one we see a lot, but square root of 2 and e and some of these other fun numbers that we learn about are all irrational too. Cool. Pi Day, I gotta talk about the digits. Sorry, I know. A lot of people thought it was a waste of time to do the digits, but we did. We got 210 digits. I got 4 whole rows across the big wall. So good job everybody that worked on the digits. I saved them all. I think I'm gonna put them up next year and maybe start fresh and go from there. So I got the 0s and the 1s and the 2s, and they're all here. And you know, I was thinking that when you put a stack of plates like all the 0s together, it's like a certain height, and that kind of tells you how many 0s are in pi up to that spot. And I thought, I wonder if I just like stacked the plates up, the digits, the 0s and the 1s, I would get like a pattern that would tell me the relative frequency of all the digits of pi. And I wonder if it actually matches up to reality. So I made a chart. So I looked up online the frequency for each digit, how many times it appears in the first, I think it was the first 200 digits. And then I put it in Excel and I plotted a bar chart showing how many times that digit occurs. For some reason, 7, not very popular in pi for some reason, but it turns out it all averages out in the long run and 7s pop up. But then I took pictures of all my stacks and I just put them next to the chart, and you can kind of see the thick stacks correspond to the conveniently popular numbers. The 7 stack is really small. I gotta admit though, we had some problems with the plate sticking on the wall the first couple nights, and a bunch of them fell on the floor, and I picked them up as soon as I could, but the Roomba ran over a bunch of them, and for some reason it ran over the 2s, like 3 2s that fell off the wall, all got run over by the Roomba and like mangled. And I think maybe robots hate the number 2. So if you're like walking down the street and you got a big 2 on your shirt, I would avoid the self-driving cars, maybe. I definitely wouldn't get in one. So anyway, that's fun. Pi Day. Fun day, fun stuff. Coming up, we got April Fools. We're gonna do some math puzzles. We got another bingo. We got National Pet Day. Bring a teddy bear. Pajama Day, Earth Day, and May, another bingo coming up. Mother's Day, don't forget Mom. We're gonna have a fun activity come up in May. This is gonna be kind of a scavenger hunt, puzzle room kind of activity around the center where you look for clues, you do the puzzles, and you find the next clue. So that'll be coming up in May. And then I just want to preview what comes up after May. This is next month and the month after, June, summer. So don't forget summer's coming up. We're thinking about summer we're gonna just do Mathnasium with a bunch of extra fun stuff, but we're gonna ramp up the mega fun stuff. We got these fun activities that are like hands-on and crafts and creative stuff. Building a kite, making slime, a whole bunch of stuff. So watch your fun calendar for fun summer activities coming up. What else, Jennifer?
Making slime will be outside this year.
Yeah, we're gonna do the slime outside. Mainly because we're gonna get new carpet this weekend.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we got some stains and the carpet's looking kind of old, so it's Easter and we're closed on Sunday anyway, so we're gonna get new carpet. So Jennifer's happy about that. That's good times. Let's do, I think we're done. We just need to do the raffle. Oh, I just want to mention the stars that we've been saving up, getting pretty full, getting kind of full. We got to maybe think about what to do with these. So in the past, sometimes we just put it in the reward cabinet. So if somebody really wants the stars, this will be going in the reward cabinet. Maybe we'll do a contest where you give us ideas for fun things you do with stars. We'll pick the fun one and you get to win it. Okay, and last but not least, let's do the raffle, because the raffle's good fun. The winner gets a $100 bill, nice and fresh. We're gonna have second and third place, of course, just because one winner is not enough. So here we go. You wanna be the official drawer, Jennifer?
Sure.
Jennifer's here doing some stuff, so it's pretty full.
Ooh.
Yep, this is our official raffle guessing receptacle. There you go. Make sure you
Ooh.
make sure you shift those up.
Okay. Stirring.
I've seen some kids put in like full stacks, like all at once. I would want to spread mine out maybe.
It doesn't increase your chances of winning by putting them on all at once.
Not if they're all stacked together, especially.
And you can't win on the months you don't play.
I like to take my raffle tickets and I like to kind of crumple them up a little bit. So
all right.
This
is the $100 winner.
$100 winner.
Lexi Grace.
Lexi Grace.
Yay,
Good job,
Lexi.
Lexi. All right. Good job winning the raffle.
Lexi's been with us since maybe third grade.
Yeah, and she's like 50 years old now, so it's been a long time.
All right, so next is second place.
Second place for 25 punch cards. This is math money.
Sophia Halovach.
Sophia, good job. Sophia with PH.
Good job putting your last name, Sophia.
Yeah, that's helpful.
A couple years ago, we drew Sophia, and there was no last name, so we had to draw someone else because we had 3 Sophias.
Just throw it away.
Very sad. Okay. Third place.
Third place for 10 cards. So much easier.
All right, there's no last name, but I think we only have one Ivani.
Ivani.
I think there's only one of you.
Ivani.
You lucked out. Last name next time.
Put your last name or initial. That's helpful. But Ivani, if we figure out who you are, 10 punch cards for you. And I think that's it. So we're going to wrap it up. Have a great April coming up. I keep thinking summer's coming up. Summer's coming up. Don't forget summer. Oh, we got a bunch of things, summer programs, and we'll talk to your parents about this stuff. But one of the things we got that we're going to be doing is something called Epic Mathnasium. So if you ever want to come to Mathnasium more than just twice a week, and you got all this free time in summer, maybe Epic Mathnasium is for you, where you can come as much as you like, not just the twice a week. So tell your parents you want to do that if you want to do that. Okay, bye-bye. See you around.